So we're here at the CP Plus 2017 at the Sony booth, and here I have in front of me is the new 100mm f2.8 t5.6 100mm zoom. Or, excuse me, not a zoom, but an STF lens that is very similar to my Laowa 105mm f2. Now, what makes this lens unique is its autofocus, its apodization element, just like my Laowa, as well as its optical stabilization. There are cameras that don't have it. And I've got some shots with it I'll show you here in a moment. This is all impromptu, no script, but gives you an idea of how big it is on the A7R2. And you have it right next here to my own Laowa here. As you can see, it's pretty much the same size and almost the same weight, given the optical stabilization. And it's a shame that it's only an f2.8. I'd rather see it at f2. It'd be a lot more useful for a lot more separation with bokeh, but it still provides very smooth transitions just like the Laowa does. So it's a very nice lens. Then on the other side of the rope at the Sony CP Plus photo booth, we have the new FE 85mm 1.8. This is another one of their more budget options for the portrait shooters that don't want to pay the exorbitant prices for the 85mm GM that even I probably would never buy, even if I shot autofocus. As you can see, it's a pretty compact lens. It shoots f1.8, so it's decently fast for whatever you might need it for. And in general, it feels just like a normal, good little compact prime. So we'll see how it shoots here in some of the photos, and I'll come back. Alright, I'm here at the Laowa stand where I've gotten my 105mm f2 to 3.2 that I love so much, and I'm taking a look at their new prototype 15mm f2 that's designed specifically for mirrorless, and this prototype right here is for only email. So it's very, very compact, very built very well, just like the 105mm that I own. And what I'm going to love about this lens when it becomes available, even if it doesn't perform perfectly, although it's being advertised as another zero distortion lens, just like their 12mm, it's significantly smaller than my 16mm Rockanaut. And with the adapter attached, you can see just how much further out it goes, with it being a millimeter longer and still being the same speed. So this kind of shows you the advantage that you can get with a mirrorless design lens versus using a DSLR lens with an adapter. So I haven't taken hardly any photos with this yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same field of view since it's only 15mm. It's not too much difference, and it's the same speed as well. So it'll be really good for low light, and I can't wait till it comes to production because I very well might pick one up for myself. Here's another view from the front as well. There's that nice bulbous front element there. And as I said, this is still a prototype lens that is not yet available, but you can bet I'll be keeping my eye on that. Alright, and just a quick little pit stop here at Tokina's booth. They're starting to get to the mirrorless lens only game as well. and many people know about their Firin series of lenses. Now they only have one, I believe, for now. It's the 20mm f2, but from what I've seen and from what it feels like, it's definitely no slouch in performance and feel. It's all metal body construction, just like I expect to see out of these manual focus only lenses. Very interesting lens hood there, probably a lot better for movies, but just reminds me a lot of a really good Nikon lens that I used to shoot with, pretty much. So really looking forward to the next year or so as these lenses become more popular, as they're made for mirrorless systems specifically. So they provide a little bit better size and weight advantage compared to just adapting a DSLR lens like I've gotten used to.
My name's Dustin Kirsty, and I'm the founder of Panomoments. So really a new creative VR medium where you use a rotating camera to actually capture frames in a circle. You can use a video camera like this, or you can use a still camera. And really what you're aiming to do is capture about 300 frames in a circle. And then what it creates is neither a photo nor a video. And so it's still when you're still, and then as you move, you're actually rotating through time. And so this is a 20-minute rotation in Times Square with like 3-second long exposures. And then you also can do shorter rotations. Like this is a 45-second rotation in Havana. And one of the nice things about the medium itself is that you don't have to stitch. Really, all you have to do is take photos in a circle, and then from there you just really convert to equirectangular, which is a one-step batch process, and then you can upload directly to the website, panomoments.com. And so what it creates is really just something a little bit different, and something that's fun to view with handheld or in a VR headset. And because you have no stitching, you can actually offset the lens off what's known as the no parallax point, which is this distance right here. It's about 80 millimeters, which is the same distance between your ear and your eye. And so what happens is as you're rotating, it actually feels more natural because it's as if your head was actually rotating. No longer are you sort of stuck in like that stitched feeling of like a panorama. And so as you're looking around, it's much more natural, like a window into this environment. And really what we're looking to do is just create something that's a little bit more engaging than a photo, but really for a lot of times when you don't need video. And this sort of fits somewhere squarely in between. It's easy to capture, and we're really just excited to see what kind of creative content people can capture.
So Sandbag has several interesting features. For example, the base rotator, very simple and easy to change the clicking. Change the ring with different indents, clips it back on. Depending on the lens that you have and the field of view, you do your 4 photos, one up, one down. So for the bottom part, you have one with a tripod, one without the tripod. Without the tripod, very simple, unscrew it, rotate it, and do the same shot without the tripod.